Last but certainly not least is the Boolean value. And we could specify one like this. So we could say is blank. It would provide us a true or false value. And we'll just initialize it to false. And so this just basically has two options, and that's true or false. When we go to the implementation, again, everything in Kotlin is an object. And so there's some other built-in operators here. So we could do the inverse of that. So if we wanted to know, for example, let's just print this. Print ln is blank. And then we could just do print ln is blank and then not. And this will print the inverse of it if we run it again. We see here in our output window, of course, we had false and then we have true. So we initialize it to false and then true. We can also initialize it, of course, using other variables such as a string. So we'll say is blank. And then we could use a string. So we go blank dot is blank. So this is just a function is blank on a string. So this is a char sequence function that checks to see if the length is 0 and it returns a Boolean value. And if it's 0, then it's going to return true. So we could print this off here. I'm just going to copy this. And then we could see the value true or false. So we'll run this. And of course, it's blank. Of course, if we change this to first name Don and we run it, it's going to end up false. Then again, we'll say false. Of course, we did the inverse, which is not. And there's many other functions on this Kotlin object that you can also inspect that you can do, which is going to be or, XOR, etc., and a bunch of other ones inside there. You can check them out by navigating to the Boolean section there. But if you need something that represents a true or false condition, you'll want to use Boolean.